Hello everyone, this is Here's Trivia, and today we're playing a new game called Three Kingdoms Zhao, which is actually a remake of the Chinese classic Zhao Yun Zhuan, or The Tale of Zhao Yun, that was first released more than 2 decades ago. It was a game that I grew up playing, even though I'm fairly certain my copy was a bootlegged pirated version that didn't have all the stages, and in my defense, I was ready to live in the US at the time and couldn't buy the real version, even if I wanted to. But now, 20 years later, the game is finally getting a remake, and I'm delighted to play it here on the channel. As you can see, I'll be playing the game in Chinese and translating the content into English as I play. But if you want to play the game for yourself, it does have a full English UI, but for my own nostalgia's sake and for better translations and voice acting, I'll be sticking to Chinese. So let's get started. And the first thing we have to do here is pick our difficulty for the run. There is an easy mode where the enemy attack power and health goes down by 40% each, and their desire for attack or aggression goes down as well. This is for players who want to enjoy the storyline. There's normal, which is just 100% normal aggression, and there is the increase their damage by 33%, increase their health by another 50%, and increase their aggression for the hard difficulty. For our purpose here, I think we'll just go with the normal. We'll enjoy the story, we'll play the game as it's designed to be played. Of course, there is a little bit of loot element, RNG, and I don't really want a stat check, so normal is going to be perfect for us. And we're going to lock that in and go to Changchunli, or the town that Zhao Yun is from, and I will sort of explain the story as it comes. End of the Eastern Han Dynasty, the decline of imperial powers, you have the eunuchs, you have the in-laws, you have the gentry clans battling for power, leading to the fall of the court, and thus the folks, the normal people, life is basically getting harder and harder. And then we have the Yellow Turban Rebellion. And after the fall of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, bandits rise across the land, and we're in the Ji province, and it's close to mountains, and because of the name of the mountain, we have the Black Mountain Bandits. Then we have where we're from, the Ji province, in a place called Changshan Commandery, where Zhao Yun's from. County is Zhending, and then there's another subdivision down here, Shangdexiang, and finally the village Changchunli, which is where we're from. Now, the story has a lot of historical elements, but it's definitely not historical. We have Zhao Yun, whose parents had died when he was young, which is not historically true. He's raised by his older brother Zhao Jun, and they farm, and they also are part of the militia protecting the village. And here we're at the village. Chapter 1. There are 12 chapters in the game. We'll do probably 2 episodes per chapter. This is Li Zheng, so the head of the village. Li, right here, is basically a subdivision of, going down from county all the way down to perhaps just a village, and he's the head of the village. Not a name, just a title. We're gathered here to celebrate a good harvest, thanks to the heavens. They have about 600, it's not acres, but it's a unit of land, of farmland, and from this, they got 2,000 dan of millets. So dan is another unit measurement. It's a volume metric that translates to about 30 kilograms in modern day, so about 60 kilograms of millets farmed from the harvest. A pretty good harvest. And the great news here is no one has to go hungry this year. People are celebrating. And then we have this crazy beggar. Comes in and sings this little song or riddle. 歌会背 is a wordplay. Basically, you take these 2 characters here, and if you combine them, and it actually creates the character for Zay, or bandits. So he's basically giving us some bad omen. And then 脚上头 is a reference to Zhang Jiao, who is the head of the Old Turban Rebels. 谷满仓 means the silos are filled with grain, and that's when the blood will fill the cups. O is a drinking cup. So he's just saying that because we have such a good harvest, it's going to end up attracting the bandits.
这实心人无论说些什么，而这吃啥，说些什么恶言。
The folks aren't happy with him cursing out the village, basically.
莫管那人，各位乡邻，趁今日太阳上
And our village head is steering the conversation back, telling people to ignore him while the sun's still out. Go back and this is basically soaking the grains in sun, basically sunbathing them, drying them out. You harvest the grains from the plant and then you break them up and then you put them on the ground, get them dried, and then you process them.
不知李正可有何难处？
That's our brother, Zhao Jun. He's asking the head, is there any trouble ahead why he's sighing?
古人云：“怀璧其罪。”近来旱季连年，而今遂骤然盈藏。左近山野多有肥盗，闻之收获，又岂肯轻放呢？
So he shakes his head and speaks in a low voice. Ancient saying. It is ancient saying. 怀璧其罪 was from the Zhou dynasty, which is a couple hundred years before this. Essentially, it means if you're hiding a jade in your home, it's going to lead to crimes. People is going to come and try to steal it. And saying that recently has been a few years of famine due to drought. But this year we have such a good harvest and we're surrounded by mountain bandits. As they learn of this great harvest, surely they will come and try to, rob us of the grain.
只是此等话语，却难对乡邻启齿。
Doesn't want to scare the villagers.
不在我，图天佑。
He knows it's not up to him to defend the village because he's old. And our brother is part of the militia. So obviously it's our task to protect the village.
李正且宽心，我等定护卫乡里之。
Has a stern look and tells them that don't worry, we'll protect the village. And then here's our main character, Zhao Yun.
小叔，
Fan Xiu. She's the wife of our older brother.
嫂嫂，有何吩咐？
秋收劳作不易，
And she has made some steamed bread, flatbread, and it's basically asking us to bring it to our brother who hasn't ate breakfast and went to go to the grain farm to help out with the harvest. So basically helping out lay out the grains so that they can dry.
我等妇人只做得家用缝补之
It's
事，
our first mission.
难够辛苦，便蒸了些新饼。
Being very polite, us women folks only good at, making clothes, can't really help with much, so made some food. Hopefully we can go help deliver it.
嫂嫂放心，云告辞了。
路上小心。
And we should get our tutorial. So controls, movement, we can also use our mouth button. We can attack facing either direction the character is facing, or have it attack whichever way we click. I prefer to have the clicking, so let's do it this way. Essentially, we can attack wherever we click instead of having to orient ourselves and then attack always facing forward. It's just a preference. And we have a main mission of going to the silos to bring our brother food. The game plays sort of like Diablo in a sense. It's a single player game, of course, and we have our weapons. We have a spear, we have a sword and a bow that we can kind of swap. And if we look at our inventory, there's going to be a chest armor, a helmet, a gauntlet, pants, shoes, 2 worn. So this is a what is it translate? It's a jade ornament that you put on your belt. And then there's a necklace slot. There's a cape, our bow. We currently don't have a spear and sword equipped, but we default a weapon. Basically, we don't get the stat boost. Like this bow here, it's a bamboo short bow. We get 12 points of extra attack, some description. There's a durability on this, 120 durability, level 1. There's a rarity scale. There's a little bit of RNG when you have loot drops, and this one being green, it's a common one. And then we have basically meds and whatever quick use items down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. There's going to be skills, which are currently not unlocked. There's going to be companions. There's going to be war horses. That's our current mission of delivering food. We can check out the map. This is the village. These slots are basically houses we can go in. We are here. This is our family home or estate. That's our brother's main house, and that's our room over here on the side. This is Fan Juan. She is our childhood friend, a female friend who kind of like us, and we like her as well. That's where we have to deliver the food to our brother. There's a blacksmith, there's a vendor, there's a safe slot. That's our childhood best friend, Xiahou Lan, who is a historical character. Xiahou Lan grew up with Zhao Yun and later on went to work for Wei because he is an extended family of the Xiahou clan. I think he worked under Xiahou Dun, but during the Battle of Bo Wang Po, when Liu Bei first joined Liu Biao, he was captured by Liu Bei. And Zhao Yun spoke up and asked to spare him, and I believe he ended up joining Liu Bei's army, took on a small position, and that's when they reunited. Here, he's going to grow up with us here, and then we're going to split our ways and possibly meet back in a later chapter on opposite sides, of course. There's also the head of the village home, and there is a path to the mountains in the back of the village, and there's multiple paths out of the village as well. We'll check out all the rooms. There's plenty of loot to drop by, so we'll check out the town, and then we'll go to our brother. Nothing major at this point. And what we're looking for is these little chests, and we can open them and pick up items. These are going to be random. Now, what we got here is just some extra cloth of the green quality, so pretty low tier, rough hemp, essentially. If we go to our brother's room, we have a chest here. The one that automatically get picked up is cash, 5铢钱, the coin used at the time. We got ourselves some pants. Plus 16 durability is the extra stat. Defense 4. Nothing too crazy. I don't think there's anything else here. Can we destroy items? No, I don't think so. It's a remake of a game from 20 years ago, so don't expect too much. They did revamp some of the system, and they changed some of the storyline, but overall, it still has pretty much the same bones as it did 20 years ago, which is fine. It brings back a lot of memories. Our own room, we get ourselves a gauntlet, I believe that is. Yeah, and these are going to be randomized. That is our storage. Whatever we don't need, we can put in there. The game does have a lot of depth, even for an old game. There's crafting, you can make weapons, you can make different enchantments to put on weapons and gear as well. Ah, there's that old beggar again, singing the same song. And Zhao Yun wasn't there to hear it the first time, so he's asking about the details and what it means. Patrolling militia? Wearing red, which is correct. The Han uniform was red because it was a fire element dynasty. The old man just says, it's you, as he laughs, and we are more confused than ever. We see that he's skinny, his skin is sickly, so we take out 2 bread to give to him to feed him. Offer him some food. Tells him that we still have spare land. There's barren fields, which is very common during this period, and says that if he's willing to farm, the village head will definitely give him some land, and he doesn't have to be, a beggar and just waste time, waste his life away. This was a common occurrence. A lot of displaced population during late Han due to droughts, due to famine, due to war, or due to unfair taxation. Essentially, if you have land and you can't pay taxes at the end of the year, you get punished for that. So some people just ran away because the tax structure might have been so unfair that it's not worth, staying there and farm. Takes the bread, stuffs himself. You don't know who you are. Basically, just go. He's definitely just, this fortune teller trying to kind of build a storyline. That's a blacksmith. And we can see what he has. Now, these items definitely have their own cost. So you can hear a spear of purple quality, 6,000. We currently have 41. Very, very poor. We're just getting started. And if you don't like the items, you can actually refresh the store. But I think it does refresh every few minutes. The game has some mobile features, which is a little weird. It's not on mobile. I think it's only on PC. But you can also refresh ahead of time for 500. Right now, we're just super poor. We're not going to be buying anything. You can see it sells a sword. This is a necklace. Not a helmet, but bandana, basically helmet slot. And then these are the jade ornaments you put on your belt and so forth. Some arrows. You can also repair items. So you have low durability. You can also craft new items. And then we're going to leave here. There should be early missions to kind of introduce us to all of these functions in the game as we go on. We should just go over here to the grains, but we're going to explore the town a little bit. I think we can run and try to pick up as many loot boxes as we can find. This is the sign for the village, Changchun Li. And we can leave the town, but we can't. It's been blocked because we have missions that we haven't finished. We have NPCs that doesn't really have dialogue. They basically have a little line. For example, this one's like, he's tired, he wants to take a break before he keeps going. And he says, yeah, that's right, take a break and then work. Don't tire yourself out. Some kids playing a game, I won. You're cheating, that doesn't count. The game has some grinding elements. I'm just wondering if they put some chests in these corners. I know for some... There we go. For some dungeons, there are definitely like hidden areas where you can go and pick up some rare loot. Wonder if that's the case. Oh, we can talk to him. Cool boy. The grounds isn't going to get loose by itself, and the grain's not going to grow by itself. So obviously he's going to put some sweat and toil into it, just giving us a life lesson. Let's see, some cows. The fact that he's willing to talk to us makes me feel like he has more storyline ahead. I don't particularly remember the storyline. It's been 20 years, like I said, since I played the original. Another chest here, perfect. And we got ourselves a nice little jade ornament. 17 extra health. They're all basically stat boost. Defensive stat for all the items. All right, that's the boundary. Just gonna run around, check out everything that the town has to offer. Another jade ornament. This one's 16 life and then 9.5% recovery. So one less health, but we get additional stat there for a little bit extra recovery. I'm gonna take that. Ooh, Aran. Asking him to go learn to read with the head of the village, and when he's older, I'll teach you how to fight. And then he's like, pinky promise? Pinky promise. Yeah, pinky promise. Can't change it for 100 years. Yep. The other items. Oh. She's asked... the three sisters asking us which one's prettier. And then we're like, can't answer. And she's like, we made him blush. Ah, there's a chest here. Just cloth. Farmer. Be content and happy. Farm during the day, sleep at night. When we have a break, get some, liquor. And when we're tired, just take a break. Life goes on. Simple way. Simple life. Okay, I think we circled back around this way. We're gonna go check out some of the other houses before we go to the grain field. There's still the northern part of the town we didn't check out yet. This is another ornament. Oh, this one's a necklace, though. Wait, that one's a necklace, and this one's the ornament. It's not going to be displayed on the body. I think only when we have like more advanced armor set will our look actually change. Just 2 defense here. I mean, these are usually... is there actual carving on there? Because usually in this style, it's called Wu Shi Pai. Basically, you don't carve anything on there. It's a flat jade piece. And because there's nothing on there, the idea is superstition is that nothing bad will happen to you, right? So it's called 无事牌, nothing. I guess whatever this shape is. This is our childhood female friend's home. Fan Juan. Same surname as our sister-in-law. Ooh, we get our first spear. Run button. It's from peach wood, and we get 11 attack here. Let's see what we have over here. More cloth. This is like NPCC, like NPCA, NPCB, NPCC. Militia 1, whatever. This is the gate. This is very well defended for a village. That's a lot of militia. I don't think we can leave the village this way, but at least not right now. Training field. Any chests here? No? Not right here. More cloth used for crafting. We're at town square. This is the merchant. Let's see what he has. Pears, Yangmei plums, persimmon, and then cloth. He sells for 170. We can sell it for 60. And these are leather, more refined, higher tier. And then these refresh as well. You can also pay to refresh. You can sell in bulk and so forth. We're not selling anything right now or buying. There's a fortune teller. Although this style of fortune teller doesn't really appear until like the Song Dynasty, but anyways. Oh, he says he's a traveling fortune teller. He says this entire village falls under this black air, like feels like there's going to be bad luck coming. And then where it says, you know, we have done nothing wrong to you. Why are you trying to curse us? Curse the entire village. He's like, knowing basically the fates, it is the way it is. All right, we can talk to the dog as well. He barks at us. Didn't mean to stab. That's fine. No one's gonna get hurt here. This is a save point. You can teleport between other ones you unlock. You can rest and heal, but it will refresh all the mobs in the area. Basically, you can grind for gear in the game. You can save here, and we're gonna just leave. Everyone's surrounding the tree. Li Shi. Mrs. Li. And then where is Mr. Li? She's mad at him because every time he has a little bit of spare change, he goes out and drink with friends. And then once he drink, he doesn't stop. And then we're trying to comfort her. Says that, all he does is like to drink. That's his only sin. Just let him have his time. It's like, his stomach hasn't been great. It's been hard to get him body health right. Now that he has a little bit of money, he's trying to, hurt himself again by drinking. There is said Mr. Li. Left face has some imprints on it. Got slapped. Yet my wife is mad. And then Mr. Wu here, or Wu Da Ge. Yeah, Mr. Wu here says, you're lucky you have a wife. And then have we been here? I don't think we've been here. Oh, I think this is the herbalist home. This should be a story event here later on. We get some purple tier pants. Nice. Yeah, so you can see we upgraded from having 16 additional durability, 4 defense to 8 defense. Max health or max stamina go up by 5. Health goes up by 18. And there's 2 slots below for enchantments, which you can craft for. We currently don't have that, of course. Just trying to get away with looting the whole town. Let's see if we missed anything. I think we're good. I think we talked to everyone. There's a couple houses we haven't been to. And there's a chest here. Leather. And this is the home of our childhood friend, Xiahou Lan. And we can see if he has any chests inside as well. And he doesn't disappoint. Ooh, another one of those beast materials. I think we've been almost everywhere. We haven't been to the village head. We didn't go over here. And then rest is just this area, and then we go to our brother. We're going to be quite thorough with the game. Alright, NPC villager. Trying to tell his, I guess, son or friend to learn from us. Be like us. Village head. The second son from the Zhao clan. You're not young anymore. You should think about starting your own family. Sure. And he says there's some stuff in his home that he doesn't need anymore. You know, if we want it, we can take it to kind of reward us and our brother for protecting the village. I mean, he didn't need to say it. We're going to help ourselves anyways. There we go. Alright, some leather. That's it. Not too much here. I think we got everyone here. Let's swing around. A couple of soldiers protecting his home. We'll check out this path. See if it has anything worth looting here. Nope, I'm surprised. That area opens up and has nothing. Just like this. It's like massive. Oh, there we go. I think we got ourselves a cape. 19 extra health. Another jade necklace. 20 health instead of 16. And we have resistance against soldiers. We'll take that. Not sure what exactly that stat does yet, but probably damage from soldiers. If we're fighting against other soldiers, we get some damage boost. If we're fighting against animals or bandits, we probably don't get it. That's my guess. And this leads to the mountains in the back, which I don't think we can go to either. We will go there soon, I'm pretty sure. I think the early missions in the mountains. Guess we got everything. Race to our brother. Let's see. So this is probably all the crafting for the enchantment, where he's giving us a lesson on it. Taoist monk. So the medium, this is crafting for gear, or he's enchanting gear. You need a medium, you need your weapon, whatever has the enchantment slot. And then there is something called Chencai, the materials, and there's 5 types of material based on the 5 directions. In the east, it's the scale of the Azure dragon. In the west, you have the teeth of the white tiger. In the south, you have the feathers of the crimson phoenix, 朱雀 vermilion, I guess the red vermilion bird. And then in the north, 玄武 is the turtle snake beast. Turtle's body, snakes as the tail, the shell of the 玄武. And then in the middle, you have 地脉之晶, so like the earth veins crystal. And then you pick one to give an element to your weapon. And then 神经五色, these are crafting 虎符, which are like the military, almost like a passcode. You kind of match these to give commands. I'm guessing here we're crafting it for bonuses. And then 灵物, the holy birds, 凤 and 凰, the phoenixes. And then we can get their feather for something else. Not sure about how crafting works yet. We'll get there once we do unlock it. Right now, all of this is not available. And we're finally at the grain silo, but we're gonna check out the other areas down here first. That's locked. Any chest here? Guess not. And you're laying out the grains to dry out in the sun. that's our brother. We finally are here delivering food. Probably has gone cold by now, but he's not gonna mind.
大兄，
Brother,
大兄，哎，阿弟不在家习武，
why
只
you're
能
not
跑
home
自己
practicing your martial arts? Why you're here?
嫂子心
Food,
疼大兄辛苦，
food from
做了些蒸饼，让我带给大
your
兄。
wife.
有了阿弟，我正好腹中饥饿。
Hungry?
世人所求，不过是食可以果腹，
We're thinking to
一子
ourselves,
一臂体罢。
you know, the people in this
只
world,
这一点需求
you，know, all they really want
铁
is
栏
have
杀士
food to feed themselves, have clothes to cover them. It's not much that they ask for, but even with this simple desire, you know, it's hard to achieve in this world right now.
我平日习武，也是为乡里防匪患事出份力气。若人人得以饱腹，天下匪盗又怎会如此之
Right.
多？
That's why we practice, or we learn how to fight. If everyone can,
我也该时
you
刻
know,
磨砺，
be fed and not
不可懈怠。
never hungry, there wouldn't be so many bandits.
乳汁丸头，快仔细些！
He's kind of worried that we might hurt someone.
弟一时忘形，大兄勿怪，勿怪。
Lao Zhou.
阿云一
So
生力气
Elder Zhou
倒
here,
是个好苗子
nothing to do with 程
如
普.
我且教你两三式，也好防身。
He's a veteran of war. You can see he's coming back from injuries and he's trying to offer to teach us some moves.
周兄，一言为定。
Very
哎
happy about
周兄
that.
切莫宠他，他在家呀就整日舞枪弄。
哦，如子季所言，阿云如此痴迷习武，却是为何？
Worry that we might break down the house from, you know, already practicing too much. Why are we so fascinated with learning? And Ziji here would be our brother's style name. We're Zilong. He's Ziji.
云习武多年，正为保护乡邻。
We're eager to protect the village. That's why we learn how to fight.
阿弟之勇，可比魏霍，我却不及。
Comparing our bravery to Wei and Huo. So Wei is Wei Qing, Huo is Huo Qubing, two very famous generals from the Western Han Dynasty that fought the Xiongnu.
大兄莫要取笑，大将军骠骑之伟业，乃多少男儿毕生夙愿。云安敢比肩？此生但望守于异乡，安我乡邻足矣。
We feel super humbled, can't compare to Grand Generals and General of the Chariots. All we hope for is to protect our village.
男儿当有远志，我这贤弟素有过人之能，岂可？大兄直言甚是。
Their brother thinks we have,
如今
you
天
know,
下
much
纷乱
more talent
我乡
than
里
just
尚
for a
不周全
village.
今日饥馑，他日匪乱，挨过今岁，却不知来岁如何。这般情状，又怎敢言远志？
Can't think that far ahead because given the current conditions, you know, just living past this year is already a luxury. Can't predict what happens in the future.
也确实如此。
Sad, but true.
阿云有此心便足矣。不如这般，早间我曾托牛叔锻造一批刀枪，老周我早年从军，倒也习得两三战阵丝。
好，老周曾是军卒出身，
We get a little
手好
character
剑法然
introduction.
刀不情因战事重伤，除役回乡，休养许多时日，方才见回性命。
So he gave us our next quest, which is go to blacksmith, pick up some weapons he ordered, and ask for a spear for ourselves. We picked up a pretty decent spear, just randomly. So we're probably not going to use the one that we get from him, which is not going to be random. But Lao Zhou here used to be in the army, good at shooting a bow, but he got injured. So he's now back in his hometown. He's rested a couple years just to survive, you know, pretty bad injury to come back. You can see some splinters here. And then he's been organizing the town militia with our brother, teaching the youngsters how to use a sword, how to use a shield, protecting the village from bandits. People respect him here, and if we can learn a few moves from him, better than us learning from ourselves just randomly stabbing things.
此后，便与我大兄一同组织乡邻青壮，习练刀盾。抵御打铁铺离此间不远。
And then we're gonna go look for the blacksmith, which we already know where he is. And now we have
Bonjour.
dialogue.
赵家郎君，怎么又闲来俺这里啊？
牛叔，我听闻你近日新锻了些刀
You
枪
made，some new weapons.
赵郎莫不是想
You
讨
want
一
your
个
own？spear?
哎，小事小事，
Has a spare.
多谢牛叔。
Gives us one.
甭客气。哎， 夏侯小子
looking
今日怎
for
没和你一起啊？
that boy Xiahou, our best friend,
哦，兰弟
basically.
近些日子在家中读书，我稍后便去看看他。
Been reading at home.
读书
So
好啊，你等年轻娃娃，总比俺这帮粗人更有见识啊。
reading's good,
拿去吧，
better than, you know,
枪头平日里
working
拿后补
manual
包着
labor like
一
him.
定一定。
得嘞，去吧。
兰弟家就在东边，
We're gonna go look for our friend. We picked up a spear. Yep, only attack 5. Ours is better. We can probably sell it if we want to. I think his house is over here. Yep.
此处便是兰弟家。
Xiahou Lan.
他
Get a
家
little
祖籍
character
自
introduction.
是沛国谯县夏侯氏远之，后因家道中落，流落至此。
Yep.
虽困顿于前
沛国
却藏书颇丰。
Qiaoxian. This is where Cao Cao's clan's
我与
also
兰弟
from.
自小相识，
Xiahou clan, Cao Cao
情
clan,
同手
both
足
from the same place.
兰
So
弟
they're,
素爱读书，
you know, a far distant
我常随他
branch
一
of
起，
that clan.
亦受益良多。
But because of whatever happened to their particular branch, he had to become kind of refugee, roam around, ended up over here. Even though they're not wealthy, he has quite a few collectible books, or just books in general are collectible because how rare books are during this period. So it is worth a certain amount of money. We know each other since we were very young, and we are like brothers. He likes to read, and by spending time with him, we have learned quite a bit as well.
兰弟，
We're
兰弟，
looking for him. He is not responding
兰弟读书时
into his
常
books.
入神其境，
And we're gonna go look
不
for
闻
him
外物。
and disturb his learning. There he is. Sighing.
何人？哦，啊，原来是兄长。
He's younger than us.
兰弟总是颇为拘礼，不知在看何书。
Asking what book he got lost in.
地正读中庸，
One
有
of the
君子素其位而
classic
行之。
Confucian texts. 中庸，君子素以其位而行. A gentleman should perform its duties depending on what role he has in society.
而今天下纷乱，黄金虽没，董贼尚存。诸侯虽在其位，却并未素其位而行。
And he's saying the warlords, or technically the regional officials, even though they are serving in their position, they're not doing their duties, and that's why the world has been in chaos. Even though the Yellow Turban Rebellion's over, now there's still Dongzhuo or Dongzai. You can see the Bei and Ge, the two characters from the first riddle right here, and this is Zai, bandits, or just someone who strikes, which is the original meaning of the word.
以上凌下，以下谋上，各怀异志，以图僭越，致使社稷板荡，人主蒙尘，民生不保，流寇遍野。
The Confucian structure is broken, basically.
地所叹者，但恨此身低微，不能匡扶地势，驱逐国贼耳。
Wants to serve the country, but laments that he's, coming from a low background
兰
here.
弟年纪尚幼，且莫心急。我知你素爱兵事，来日方长，他年未尝不能立功于世，流芳于后。
Just comforting him that he's still young and he likes the tactics of things. Maybe, in the future when you grow up, you could still make a name for yourself.
第一时慨叹，倒让兄长记挂。只是若天下太平，百姓康居，边塞安宁，又何须我等学着武艺兵书？纵不得扬名于世，亦无所憾。
Pretty good statement. It's like saying if the world was peaceful and everyone's living a great life and there's safeties in the borders, then why would we need to learn, martial arts and tactics, even though we wouldn't make a name for ourselves? But what regret is there to have?
若能如此，我便与兰弟平野纵马，交友伙伴，读书涉猎，岂不快哉？
If we had peace in the world, that we can go out there, ride our horses, make friends, read books, hunt, fun life.
只是如今，
But the world isn't
我等
safe.
百姓，既在小民之位，此亦可称君子素其位而行也。时事纷乱，今且先顾当下。
兄长所言，弟谨。
Right, so why are we here?
只是数日未见，有些想念。
So Elder Joel is going to teach us, or Veteran Joel is going to teach us a few moves. And if he has free time, maybe go with us.
这自然。
And he's coming with us. He's going to be more of a sword user. And we're going to go to the militia training ground and receive some training.
周兄，周兄，
哦，阿云来了，阿兰也在。
兄长既要习练武艺，弟又如何落后？
周兄，今日
我出言在先，必然不会反悔。
Alright, he's gonna teach us a few moves. Maybe we get our first skill move. Attack, defend, dodge. We're gonna get a UI. Little map, mini map. Our current location, mission location, our current level, 1. Our active weapon type. Skills that we have. There's up to 4 skills you can equipped. Q, E, R, T. W is taken out for the movement. Tools. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the item use. Our experience bars at the very bottom here for leveling up.
看起来还有点样子。二蛋，
We're gonna practice with
阿云
someone.
实战练练。
Let's do it. So left click for a basic attack, right click for a block, and if we hold right click, we can continue to block. If we click the right click right when we're getting attacked, we can get a perfect block. Right there. I don't think that's a perfect block. Hold on, let's see. Alright, we can hold the block, but our stamina bar goes down. Trying to get a perfect block here. I mean, killing him isn't hard. Maybe right before he hits us? Nope, still doesn't feel like... I mean, it just says block. That's too late. Maybe it doesn't display perfect block. Alright, we're not gonna kill the guy. It's practice. We're sparing.
不错不错，接下来便把我毕生。
Gonna teach us more moves. We have our skill menu using K. So we learned a skill here. We can just drag it into our skill slot. We have 2 skills actually. We have this forward jab, 155% damage, and you can level these up 5 times here. You can see the damage goes up. Require level. It's level 3, I think. And then we just learned this one, which looks like a slam ability with our spear. Also forward, 160% damage. Not bad. So we just gotta equip these, and then we can use these. You have a skill tree for your spear, you have a separate skill tree for your bow, for your sword, and for war horses, which has 3 different set of skill trees, depending on if you're using a spear with your horse, you're using a bow with your horse, or a sword with your horse. So it gets pretty complicated and actually pretty deep. And you can reset your skill point for cost. I think a couple coins, but we're going to be careful about how to spend our points, especially early on. But we can try out our skills here.
一切去空地中间准备。阿国、狼、孙二，第3人与阿云打手练练。
3v1.
谢谢。
老周也忒小瞧俺等。赵家小子，由你攻来便是。
Alright, let's go. Let's see if we can use our moves. There's cooldowns on the moves. Oh, here's the slam, jab. Can't kill them. All right, we're good. Gotta get used to the keys. Having the W in the middle there feels a little weird.
好，好，我就知阿云应是良才，勤加练习，他是定为正前上。阿云，且再张臂一试。
Practicing our bow.
你这双臂颇长，
不瞒周兄，
Never learn how to shoot.
无妨，今日便教你。
Alright, what do we need to do?
射术要领，若无人引领，既然射箭总需先寻一目标。
Targeting.
今日便先教你审地。
This is a charge shot.
云姐受教。
急于射箭，必先所谓审地，便是为箭师学。若不懂如何审地，
这箭矢之地，用双目看，
用
How to
双目去
target
看当然无错，然说来简单，其中却有许。
Details of how to aim. Not super important.
临发矢时，有人冠于目视箭足，亦有人冠于目视弓足，皆谬也。若看箭足，
只怕剑足虽正，而剑杆不正。所罗幕氏公祖虽能看清目的，剑识却被宫身遮挡，难以辨识剑足。故目之所视，不可单看一处，应起自剑杆，连至剑足，再言之至50步外之射，可用此法；而50步以内者，射法与骑射相类，便另作别论。不论步射骑射，剑识。
剑使之地。
All right, to summarize how to aim, he's actually giving a real life lesson of how to aim, probably from an old text. Essentially, where should you look with your eyes when you aim a bow? If you look at the tip of the arrow, then you might ignore if the shaft is aimed straight. But if you look at the left side or the outside of the bow when you aim, then the bow is going to block your vision of your tip, which is on the right side, and you're not going to know if you're aiming correctly if you just look at your bow. So the right way is to stare down from your shaft to your tip, and this is good for, shots with it outside of 50 pace when you're trying to do a long range shot. If it's within 50 pace, then it's more like shooting while you're mounted. It's more about your feel, just draw and release at a close range. But this is pretty simple. Just left click your target. You can also charge up a shot, and a much more powerful shot comes out, even though I wasn't trying to hit that one. There we go. Li Guang, the flying general, also a Western Han Dynasty general. Oh, we're under attack. He's injured. Oh, he's dead. Or badly injured. Out on patrol, saw some bandits. On their right arm, they tied a black cloth. Black Mountain Bandits. Not much medicine left. Lightly injured. Give it to him. We're gonna go find Zhang Wen, who is our town doctor.
周兄且忙，云这就与兰。
And we're
张
gonna
老
go
是
look
乡
for
里医者，
Oh,
心地
doctor.
良善，和蔼可亲，又甚通医理，似有家学渊源。
We've been to her
左邻
house
右
already. She's the one with all the herbs outside. This is to use the map. She's right over there. We can run a bit. Have to use our stamina. There she is, and that's Fan Juan, our childhood friend.
见过张傲，
云兄
阿娟，
兰兄，
阿娟是嫂嫂之妹，父母均已
Right,
过
so
世，
she's the sister of our sister-in-law.
便跟随嫂嫂身边。她常来张傲处帮忙摘摘药材。
Her
学
parents
习
are
医
also dead.
我自幼习武
She's learning how to be a
身伤
doctor here.
两位兄长可是有何损伤？
阿娟莫忧，我与兰弟并无伤痛，是周兄那边遇着贼寇。
习武本多凶险，我知兄长等人是为护佑乡里，原天有好生之德，晋乡人饱受灾祸。
She has the lowly voice. Not a huge fan of this voice acting, but
探黄雨
we'll
浪
pretend she's 5.
为身体康健，可由人自。
阿娟言之有理，阿娟妹妹平日亲切可爱，
少年郎来的不齐，
不知
She's
缺哪几
missing
个药
some herbs.
所缺者乃当归。
3
肉炉
particular
甘
herbs. And we're probably gonna
这
go
三味
to the
药
mountains to look
俱
for
可
these
在后
herbs.
山寻得。今日听闻乡人所言，山
There are
谷
some
皆
monsters there.
我与云兄习武多年，寻常恶兽非我等敌手。
两位兄长可知这三味药是何
But
物
we don't
呀
know what the herbs look like, so we're gonna have to bring her with us.
阿娟也听方才所言，
啊，我也非绣户娘子，往常亦多有
Right,
善
so
哉
she's
苦
like,
药
she's
之
been
事
up there collecting herbs. If they're monsters, she can take care of herself.
你这
阿老莫要取笑我。
Laughing at her, she's so fierce about it. How would she get married?
周兄那边怕是等急了。
Alright, we're gonna go look for medicines. We're finally gonna leave the town, but I think this is also where we might end our first episode. I know it's a lot of background story and also a lot of discussions and tutorials. We're gonna use this as a good save slot. Let's have actual save slot. These are auto saves. And we'll save right here. And that's where we'll come back to next time, as we'll go to the mountains in the back and find some herbs for our militia friends and eventually fight the Black Mountain Bandits, which should be the boss of Chapter 1. So, until next time, bye!